opponent in this corner, 142 pounds from the 82nd Airborne, John Rambo. I will see what we can work out here.
Well, I don't know what in the world is going on now. Everything's unscheduled now. I don't know what they're going to do with this tag team championship. What are they going to do with the belts now? The champions are still the Grappler and Don Harris, but there's no way those two guys are going to team up to defend their titles. I don't. And what happens with Miller and Crush? They were scheduled to fight for the title tonight. Man, oh man, my microphone cord is hanging on the floor. Boy, when this broke out up here, I broke out also with sweat and fear. Oh man! Shoulder tackle by Rambo. Funk goes down. Now it's Rambo with a side headlock on Jimmy Jack Funk. I'm trying to look back towards the dressing room. I don't see any sign of the Grappler. I don't see any sign of Bart Sawyer. Now we got to await word for two of them. The condition of Bart Sawyer, of course, and now the condition of the Grappler. 2 weeks in a row now, the Grappler is viciously attacked right up here in the crow's nest. This time, Ron Harris threw some kind of powder in his face, in his eyes. The Grappler couldn't see at all. And there's no way that he could see that he saw Don Harris come in there with that chair. Man, I tell you, Harris. And then they were kicking. I don't really know if Ron Harris was doing anything other than just throwing powder and yelling, but Don Harris was really putting the boot to the body of the Grappler. Now, I don't know if they took the Grappler outside. Last week, they took him outside to an ambulance, and I don't know what they've done now. This is just absolutely... That's not pro wrestling. That is not pro wrestling. That's pro thuggery. Oh, well, now we have NWA referee Sandy Barr in there for refereeing this match. Man, oh, man. Well, we're still... Well, let me bring you up to date as best I can right now on where we're going to be this coming week. This coming Thursday, October 3rd, we're going to be in Salem at the Armory, starting at 8 o'clock. Friday the 4th, we're going to be in Eugene. Now, I understand that... Well, I don't know what's going to be happening in Eugene on Friday the 4th. I don't know. I think Don Harris and the Grappler are going to meet up again, maybe in Eugene on the 4th. Coos Bay, Sunday the 6th of October at Marshfield High School, 8 o'clock. McMinnville on Monday the 7th at the Armory. Now, for the first time in a long time, Mike Miller and Rip Oliver return to McMinnville, the Armory, on Monday, October the 7th. Then in Eugene on October the 11th at the Lane County Fairgrounds, 8 o'clock bell time. And then on the 15th of October, which is a Tuesday, we're going to be in Longview at the Fairgrounds in Longview. And I understand that Steve Dahl and Rip Oliver are going to be in a strap-on-the-pole match. Now, last week in Longview, boy, what a barn burner they had there. Tremendous crowd, but nothing got settled between Rip and Steve Dahl. So they're coming back to settle the score on the 15th in Longview. Strap-on-the-pole match between Steve Dahl and Rip Oliver. Man, oh, man. If you just tuned in, you're wondering what's going on. Boy, did you miss the main event right up here in the crow's nest between Don Harris and the Grappler once again. And Ron Harris had a hand in it because in his hand was a bunch of powder that went into the face of the Grappler. We don't know what condition the Grappler's in. We don't know what condition Bart Sawyer is in. Bart Sawyer, again, a victim of a vicious attack by the entire clan. Out there in the ring. That's our first match tonight. and his left leg and ankle basically just kind of demolished. I know he's not going to be back in action for a while. I just hope he's going to. I hope that that didn't end his career. Outside, laying on the floor right now, is Jimmy Jack Funk. By the way, I want to thank right now Jeff and the gang at Taylor Dale Hardware in McMinnville, downtown McMinnville. We were there today on behalf of Special Olympics, Steve Dahl, and C.W. Bergstrom, and the 94 Country KWBY radio from noon to 3. We had a great time. Now we got a little shoving match going on between Rambo and Jimmy Jack Funk. And once again, I want to thank Dan Green and everybody at Capital Chevrolet Geo in Salem, out there by the airport on Mission, for what they did a couple of weeks ago in allowing the kids to get in free at the Salem Armory. We really, really appreciated that. And if you have a chance, you might want to stop by and thank those folks at Capital Chevrolet Geo for yourself. They're right there on Mission, 25th and Mission. That's for Dan Green. Give him a big smile or shake his hand or something. Boy, those folks really came through. Well, right now, Jimmy Jack Funk is coming through. That's kind of a neck breaker on John Rambo. Rambo kicks out. Oh, man. We're unscheduled matches. That's what we've got right now. That's a house of action. This is an unscheduled match. Right now, John Rambo is wishing this thing wasn't scheduled at all. He's still managing to kick out. John Rambo is. And he's gone through back breakers, neck breakers. He's still kicking out under the grasp of Jimmy Jack Funk. Oh, Rambo's really got to be hurting. Leg drop across right across the shin. Whoa. I guess this is as an appropriate a time as any with John Rambo out there. We got a letter from Staff Sergeant Glenn Stedman of Fort Lewis. He wants to thank all of Oregon for the support of Desert Storm, Desert Shield. He said he just returned after 10 months in Saudi Arabia, and he wants to thank everyone for the support shown for all the troops, all the service members over there in the Persian Gulf. Well, Staff Sergeant Glenn Stedman, we thank you. You are the hero on that one, partner. And welcome home. All right, as you can see, this match is over. Jimmy Jack Funk, the loser by disqualification. Jimmy Jack Funk's a loser, but he's a gracious loser, don't you think? Huh? John Rambo, the winner, and he is. He holds out his hand, says, hey, John, you got it, partner. We're still friends. Good sportsmanship. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see in pro wrestling at the Portland Sports Arena. Good sportsmanship. Well, you didn't see that until just now. We'll be right back with more after this time.